In a distant galaxy, stories spread like wildfire. Tales of a fearsome cosmic horror haunted the dreams of many. This horror was not just a creature, it was a force of nature. It consumed entire planets, leaving nothing but silence in its wake. The legend said it could devour stars and extinguish hope. Alien civilizations, once proud and mighty, had crumbled under its power. They shared these stories with wide eyes and trembling voices, warning each other to stay far away. On a small blue planet called Earth, a team of scientists worked tirelessly to study the cosmos. They looked at stars and planets, searching for life beyond their own. Among them was Commander Alex, a brave leader with a thirst for adventure. He had heard the whispers of the cosmic horror and felt drawn to its mystery. Most people stayed away, but Alex wanted to understand it. He believed that knowledge could turn fear into friendship. One day, while scanning the stars, the team detected unusual energy readings. These readings matched the ancient stories of the cosmic horror. Excitement buzzed through the lab. "This could be our chance," Alex exclaimed. He gathered his team, explaining that they needed to investigate. Some scientists were hesitant, remembering the tales of destruction. But Alex reassured them, "We cannot let fear control us. We must seek the truth." After days of preparation, the crew boarded their spaceship, the Starlight Voyager. The ship was sleek and powerful, ready to face the unknown. As they traveled through the galaxy, the crew shared their thoughts and fears. They knew the cosmic horror was powerful, but they also believed it might hold secrets that could change everything. When they arrived in the heart of the horror's domain, the atmosphere changed. The stars seemed dimmer and the darkness felt alive. They approached a planet that once flourished but was now a graveyard of broken ships and shattered hopes. "What happened here?" whispered Dr. Mia, the ship's scientist. She studied the wreckage, her heart heavy with sadness. As they descended onto the planet's surface, the crew felt a chill run down their spines. The ground was cracked, and the air was thick with despair. Suddenly, a low rumble shook the ground beneath them. The crew jumped back, fear gripping their hearts. "Is it here?" Alex shouted, trying to keep his composure. Without warning, the cosmic horror revealed itself. It was massive, an enormous shadow that twisted and turned, absorbing light as if it fed on it. The sight was terrifying. The crew could hardly breathe. They had imagined the horror, but seeing it in person was overwhelming. It was a swirling mass of darkness with tendrils reaching out like hungry claws. But then something unexpected happened. Instead of attacking, the horror paused, as if it was studying them. The crew exchanged confused glances. "What does it want?" Dr. Mia asked, her voice shaking. Alex realized that fear was clouding their judgment. "We must not panic. We need to understand why it is here," he said firmly. The cosmic horror let out a low, resonant sound that echoed across the desolate landscape. It was a sound that seemed to vibrate in their bones. As the crew stood frozen, they felt a strange connection to the creature. Was it possible that the horror was as curious about them as they were about it? Alex made a decision. "We cannot run. We must try to communicate." He took a deep breath and stepped forward, hoping to bridge the gap between fear and understanding. The crew watched in awe and fear as their commander approached the swirling mass. In that moment, everything changed. The cosmic horror, once feared by all, was revealed to be something more. It was not just a monster. It was a mystery waiting to be unraveled. The crew felt the weight of their fear lift, replaced by a flicker of hope. Could it be that humans were meant to be more than just spectators in this cosmic drama? Could they become friends with the very thing that had terrified so many? As the crew stood before the cosmic horror, they knew this was just the beginning. Their journey would be filled with danger and discovery, and they were ready to embrace it all. Little did they know the true story of the cosmic horror was just about to unfold. The crew of the Starlight Voyager stood before the cosmic horror, their hearts racing. The creature loomed over them, its dark tendrils swirling gently as if curious. Alex, their brave commander, felt a strange connection with this powerful being. "We need to understand it," he said, his voice steady. The crew nodded, knowing that fear had to be set aside for the sake of knowledge. They began their mission by searching for answers. Dr. Mia, the ship's scientist, proposed looking for ancient alien texts that might provide clues about the horror. "If we can find stories from civilizations that encountered it, we may learn why it behaves this way," she suggested. Alex agreed, and they prepared to explore the remnants of the nearby planets, hoping to uncover the truth behind the cosmic horror's past. As they traveled from one desolate planet to another, they found ruins of ancient cities. These structures were crumbling, but the carvings on their walls told stories of a time long ago. The crew gathered around one particularly large carving that depicted a massive, swirling creature. "This must be the cosmic horror!" Dr. Mia exclaimed. The carving showed it standing guard over a vibrant planet, protecting it from danger. "It looks like it was a guardian, not a monster," she added, her eyes shining with excitement. Alex studied the carvings closely. But what happened? Why did it become feared? He wondered aloud. As they examined the other carvings, they discovered that the cosmic horror had once been a protector, helping planets thrive and flourish. But as civilizations advanced, they began to fear the unknown. Instead of seeking friendship, they saw the horror as a threat. "This explains why it attacks," Dr. Mia said thoughtfully. "It has been misunderstood for so long. We need to find a way to reach out to it." With renewed determination, they continued their search for more clues. After days of exploration, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber deep within the ruins of an ancient temple. Inside, they found a collection of scrolls preserved from long ago. The scrolls spoke of the horror's true nature. It was once a being of light that protected the galaxy from dark forces. However, as time passed, many civilizations forgot the truth. They labeled it a monster, and fear turned it into the very thing they dreaded. "This is incredible!" Dr. Mia exclaimed, holding a scroll high for everyone to see. "If we can show this to the cosmic horror, it might understand that we are not like the others." The crew gathered around, filled with hope. They realized that if they could bridge the gap of misunderstanding, they might form a friendship with the horror. With their new knowledge, the crew returned to the cosmic horror, ready to share what they had learned. As they approached, they felt a mix of fear and excitement. Would it understand them? Would it see them as friends? Alex stepped forward, holding the scroll. "We come in peace," he said, his voice calm but firm. "We want to show you the truth about your past." The cosmic horror paused, its swirling tendrils coming to a standstill. It seemed to be listening, waiting for what the humans had to say. Dr. Mia carefully unfolded the scroll, revealing the ancient drawings and symbols. "This shows how you were once a protector," she explained. "You helped worlds thrive. We want to help you remember who you truly are." The horror's form shifted slightly, and for a moment it almost seemed to glow with a faint light. The crew held their breath, hoping their message would be received. As they continued to speak, they saw the horror's shape begin to change. The dark tendrils started to shimmer, and a soft sound filled the air, like a melody echoing across the stars. The crew felt a wave of energy wash over them. It was as if the horror was trying to communicate. Alex took a step closer. "We are not here to harm you. We want to understand you," he said passionately. For the first time, the cosmic horror seemed to express a feeling. The crew realized that their fear was giving way to a new understanding. They were not enemies, they could be allies. In that moment, the humans and the cosmic horror began to forge a connection, a bond built on trust and hope. They knew the path ahead would be challenging, but together they could uncover the truth and change the fate of the galaxy. The journey to friendship had only just begun, and they were ready to face whatever lay ahead. The crew of the Starlight Voyager stood in awe as the cosmic horror transformed before their eyes. Its dark tendrils shimmered with a soft glow, creating an otherworldly light that filled the air around them. The crew felt a sense of warmth, and for the first time they understood that they were no longer just facing a fearsome creature. They were beginning to connect with a being that had been alone for centuries. Alex, the brave commander, felt a surge of hope. "This is a new beginning," he said to his crew, his voice filled with excitement. "If we can communicate with the cosmic horror, we can help it remember its true purpose." The crew nodded in agreement, ready to take their next steps. Using their knowledge of sound frequencies and light patterns, they crafted a machine that could send signals to the cosmic horror. After hours of hard work, they were ready. With a mix of nervousness and excitement, Alex turned to the creature. "We have something for you," he announced. As they activated the device, soft lights and harmonious sounds filled the air. The cosmic horror paused, its tendrils swaying gently to the rhythm of the signals. The crew watched in anticipation, hoping their efforts would succeed. Suddenly, the horror responded with a series of low, resonant sounds that echoed around them. It was as if the creature was singing back, matching the frequencies of their device. Mia's eyes sparkled with joy. "It understands us. It's trying to communicate." she exclaimed. The crew exchanged excited glances, feeling a rush of triumph. They had taken the first steps toward friendship. Days passed as they continued to develop their communication. With each interaction, the cosmic horror revealed more of itself. It showed them images from its past, moments when it protected worlds from dark forces and brought balance to the galaxy. The crew listened closely, feeling a sense of awe. They were learning that this creature, once feared, was actually a guardian. As they built their friendship, the crew invited the cosmic horror to join them on their journey. "We want you to see Earth," Alex said one day, his voice full of enthusiasm. "We want to share our world with you." The horror responded with a swirl of colors, its tendrils dancing in excitement. It seemed eager to learn more. The Starlight Voyager set a course for Earth, and the crew was filled with anticipation. They wanted to show their new friend the beauty of their home planet. As they traveled, they shared stories about humans, their joys, their struggles, and their dreams. The cosmic horror listened, absorbing everything they said. When they finally reached Earth, the crew marveled at the planet's vibrant colors. "Look at the oceans," Mia pointed out, her voice filled with wonder. "And the forests. They're so green!" The cosmic horror floated above them, taking in the sights. Its tendrils glimmered with excitement as it experienced the beauty of Earth for the first time. They took the cosmic horror to the mountains, where the air was fresh and clear. They climbed to the top of a peak, and Alex turned to their friend. "This is where we find peace," he said, gazing out at the horizon. The cosmic horror echoed a soft sound that vibrated in the air, as if it too felt the serenity of the moment. Together they explored the wonders of Earth, its rivers, its animals, and its people. The crew introduced the horror to various cultures, showing it how humans celebrated life. They danced, sang, and shared meals, and with each experience their bond grew stronger. As they traveled, the crew realized something remarkable. The cosmic horror, once a figure of dread, was now a friend. It showed them its own light, illuminating the dark corners of the universe. In return, the crew taught it about love, friendship, and hope. But the crew knew that their journey was far from over. They had to share their discovery with the universe. The cosmic horror had the potential to change how other civilizations viewed it. Together, they would spread the message of friendship, transforming fear into understanding. As they stood together under the stars, the crew felt a sense of purpose. They had faced the unknown and turned it into something beautiful. With their new friend by their side, they were ready to take on whatever challenges lay ahead, united in their quest for knowledge and connection. The bond between the crew of the Starlight Voyager and the cosmic horror deepened with each passing day. They had become unlikely allies, united by their shared experiences and their desire to change the galaxy. With the cosmic horror's powerful abilities and the crew's determination, they felt ready to face any challenges that lay ahead. One evening, as they gathered on the ship's deck, Alex proposed an important idea. "We need to show the galaxy what true friendship looks like," he said, looking at his crew and their new companion. "Let's visit other planets and share our story. We can show them that the cosmic horror is not a monster, but a guardian." The crew cheered in agreement, feeling energized by the prospect of their mission. The cosmic horror, with its shimmering tendrils, responded with a melodic hum, as if it understood and supported their plan. Together, they set a course for the nearest inhabited planet, determined to spread their message. When they arrived on the planet, they found it bustling with activity. Cities stretched across the landscape, and alien species of all shapes and sizes filled the streets. But they also sensed an undercurrent of fear. As they stepped onto the planet's surface, Alex noticed how the inhabitants reacted to the sight of the Starlight Voyager and the cosmic horror hovering beside them. Whispers of panic swept through the crowd. A group of leaders from the planet quickly gathered, their faces tense with worry. "What do you want?" one of them demanded, his voice shaky. "Are you here to conquer us?" Alex stepped forward, raising his hands in a gesture of peace. "We come in friendship," he said firmly. "We want to share a message of understanding." The leaders exchanged nervous glances, unsure whether to trust the humans and their strange companion. The cosmic horror floated closer, its tendrils shimmering in the light, creating a calming aura. Dr. Mia took a step forward, her eyes filled with determination.
"Let us show you the truth about the cosmic horror," she urged.
"It is not your enemy. It has protected many worlds." After much hesitation, the leaders agreed to listen. They gathered in a large hall where the crew began to share their experiences. They spoke of how they had once feared the cosmic horror but had learned to understand it. They showed images of their adventures together, demonstrating how the horror had saved them from danger and helped them heal. Slowly, the leaders began to change their minds. They watched in amazement as the cosmic horror displayed its powers, creating beautiful light patterns and gentle sounds that echoed in the hall. The atmosphere shifted from fear to curiosity, and the inhabitants began to relax. One leader stood up, his voice trembling with emotion. "If this creature is truly a protector, then we have been wrong to fear it," he said. "We must learn to accept it." The others nodded, inspired by his courage. With the leader's approval, they decided to host a festival celebrating the bond between humans and the cosmic horror. The crew worked tirelessly to prepare for the event, inviting people from all around the planet. They wanted everyone to experience the joy of friendship. On the day of the festival, the streets were filled with vibrant colors, laughter, and music. The cosmic horror took center stage, dazzling the crowd with its light displays. People gathered around, mesmerized by the beauty of the creature they had once feared. As the festival continued, Alex took the opportunity to address the crowd. "Today we celebrate our differences and our unity," he said, his voice strong and clear. "Let this be a lesson that fear can be overcome by understanding. Together we can face any challenge." The crowd erupted in applause, cheering for their new allies. The cosmic horror responded with a series of harmonious sounds, echoing through the air as it twirled and danced above them. The atmosphere was electric, filled with joy and newfound hope. As night fell, the skies lit up with fireworks, illuminating the cosmic horror's form. The festival was a success, and the people of the planet began to see the creature as a friend rather than a foe. In the following weeks, the Starlight Voyager and the cosmic horror continued their journey, visiting more planets and spreading their message. They encountered many challenges, but with each visit they transformed fear into friendship. They forged alliances with various species, teaching them about the importance of understanding and acceptance. The cosmic horror became a symbol of hope across the galaxy. The crew knew they were part of something much bigger than themselves. They were changing perceptions, and together they would continue to make the universe a better place. Their unlikely friendship had become a powerful force for good, and they were ready to face whatever lay ahead. With each new planet they visited, they spread their message further, proving that even the most feared beings could become allies in a journey toward peace. The Starlight Voyager glided through the stars, its crew buzzing with excitement. After weeks of traveling from planet to planet, spreading their message of friendship, they had made incredible progress. The cosmic horror, once feared by many, was now recognized as a protector and ally across the galaxy. As they journeyed to their next destination, Alex stood on the ship's bridge, gazing out at the endless cosmos. "I can't believe how far we've come," he said, a smile spreading across his face. "We've turned fear into hope." Mia joined him, her eyes sparkling with determination. "And it's only the beginning. There are still so many worlds that need to hear our story." The crew gathered around, each member reflecting on the amazing transformations they had witnessed. Suddenly, the ship's sensors beeped, alerting them to a distress signal from a nearby planet. The crew quickly reviewed the information. "It looks like there's a conflict happening down there," Mia said, her brow furrowed with concern. "They might need our help." Without hesitation, Alex made the decision. "Let's go! We can't ignore those in need." The crew set a course for the troubled planet, their hearts racing with both excitement and determination. As they landed, they saw the chaos unfolding before them. Two factions were clashing in the streets, their disagreements escalating into violence. The crew watched in dismay, knowing that they had to intervene to help restore peace. Alex stepped forward, addressing the warring factions. "We come in peace! We want to help you!" he shouted, his voice echoing over the noise of the battle. The fighters paused, turning their attention to the strange ship and the humans who had arrived to intervene. The cosmic horror floated behind Alex, its tendrils shimmering with a calming light. The sight of the creature caused the fighters to take a step back, their eyes wide with fear. "You brought that monster here?" one leader shouted, pointing at the cosmic horror. "No! It's not a monster!" Mia interjected, stepping beside Alex. "This being is our ally. It has shown us that friendship can overcome fear. Let it show you how." Skepticism lingered in the air, but curiosity began to replace fear. The factions exchanged glances, unsure of what to do. Seeing the hesitation, Alex took a bold step forward. "We have a story to share," he said. "Let us show you the power of understanding." With the help of the cosmic horror, the crew set up a demonstration. They used their communication device to create a vivid display of lights and sounds, depicting their own journey of transformation. The holographic images filled the sky, showing how fear turned into friendship. As the light show continued, the warring factions began to calm. The cosmic horror danced gracefully in the air, its tendrils weaving through the light. The sight was mesmerizing, capturing the attention of everyone present. Slowly, the leaders of the factions approached, curiosity replacing their anger. They watched as the cosmic horror illuminated the screen with scenes of joy and peace, showing the benefits of collaboration over conflict. "This is how we can live," Alex said, his voice rising above the crowd. "Instead of fighting, we can work together." "You are stronger united than divided." One leader stepped forward, his voice shaky but resolute. "We have fought for too long. It's time to end the violence. Let's come together and create a better future." The crowd murmured in agreement, and a wave of hope swept through them. With the cosmic horror's help, the factions began to talk. They shared their fears, their desires, and their dreams for a better future. The discussions grew heated at times, but the crew remained close, providing support and guidance. Days passed as the factions negotiated a truce. With each passing day, the once hostile leaders began to see one another as allies instead of enemies. They realized that they had more in common than they had thought. Finally, a historic agreement was reached. The factions shook hands, pledging to work together for peace. The crowd erupted in cheers, celebrating the end of conflict and the beginning of a new era. As the crew of the Starlight Voyager looked on, they felt a swell of pride. Their mission had succeeded. They had helped bring peace to a world that had once been torn apart by fear and anger. Before they left, Alex addressed the crowd once more. "Remember this day! Let it be a symbol of your unity and strength. You can accomplish anything together." With hearts full of hope, the crew boarded their ship, knowing they had made a lasting impact. As they ascended into the stars, they looked back at the planet below, where people danced and celebrated their newfound friendship. The cosmic horror floated beside them, its light shining brighter than ever. They had transformed fear into hope, and they were ready to face whatever challenges the universe had in store for them. Together, as allies and friends, they would continue their journey, spreading a message of understanding and love across the galaxy. The adventure was just beginning.